Because on the night of this insurrection, I was in the chair. The security came and pulled me out. He took the chair. He risked his life to take the chair as the assaulters of our Capitol were out to get me for the bullet in the head or to hang the Vice President of the United States, assault the lives of members of Congress, traumatize our staff, disrespect the workers in the Capitol. Not an ordinary tourist day in the Capitol, as the Republicans have characterized. Republicans have characterized it as a normal day in the caucus when we have pictures of those very same people pushing furniture up against the door to keep the intruders out.
This year has seen one of the biggest upticks in threatened violence against politicians, with many of them coming in the lead up to the riots on January 6th. And House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has been the target of many. You probably remember the video in which a Capitol rioter said that, quote, "We were looking for Nancy to shoot her in the friggin' brain, but we didn't find her." The sentences are finally rolling in for these threats, and a North Carolina man will get a 28-month sentence for threatening to shoot the Speaker of the House. Cleveland Meredith drove from Colorado to D.C. the week of January 6th, but car trouble delayed his trip, according to court filings. But the next day, Meredith fantasized in a text message to his uncle about, quote, putting a bullet in Pelosi's noggin. His uncle shared this tip with Meredith's mother, who luckily quickly tipped off the FBI. The FBI found Meredith at a D.C. hotel on the 7th and also found that he had a trailer attached to his car which contained 2 guns and about 2,500 rounds of ammunition. He sent another text to someone else saying, quote, thinking about heading over to Pelosi's speech and putting a bullet in her noggin on live TV. The good side of the story is that Meredith's mother called the FBI right away because she knew her son faced mental health issues and feared he was, quote, heading into a maelstrom where further violence might erupt. That being said, she knew he wouldn't actually act on this threat. The LA Times recently reported the skyrocketing cases of threats of violence against Congress members, reporting that in the first 3 months of 2021, the U.S. Capitol Police recorded 4,135 threats against members of Congress. If that pace continues, total threats this year will double those in 2020. And it's changing the job for lawmakers who now have to wrestle with the balancing act of being accessible to their constituents while keeping themselves, their families, and their staffs safe. The changing nature of our society as it relates to political violence can be seen in the fact that many Congress members wore bulletproof vests to the presidential inauguration. The LA Times says that, quote, experts blame much of the increase on social media and cable news and how easy it has become to threaten members of Congress behind the anonymity of the internet. Nevertheless, authorities have to take each threat seriously, as in some cases, real violence can occur, including to both Republicans and Democrats like Steve Scalise and Gabby Giffords. And of course, Trump's rhetoric for 4 years, culminating in the attacks on the Capitol, leads to some very disturbing forecasts for the trend to just get worse. Thanks so much for watching. You can follow me on all platforms at Caro Johnson 917.